Hi, I'm Helen from Silver Cloud, and welcome to the May edition of our Movers and Shakers series, where I'll give you a quick roundup of all the news from our wonderful HR tech industry. And I'm not starting with AI this month. I'm going to start with something different. We'll start with payroll, a subject close to my heart. So we saw BambooHR announced a partnership with Clair. Clair provide on-demand pay. This is exciting. If you're not aware of on-demand pay, this is where employees can access their pay earlier than payday. Lots of parameters you can build around that, but it gives more flexibility of when people can access their wages. But this just goes to show that some of the SME companies are now going to have access to this technology. It's not just going to be for the big players out there. So this is quite exciting. Deel launched stablecoin salary payments. So they're big on cryptocurrency. It's not something we talk about a lot here in the UK, paying with cryptocurrency. Stablecoin, if you're not aware of it, it's a less volatile cryptocurrency, often backed with assets such as the US dollar, just to keep it more stable. But Deel reported that they actually paid out more than $250 million last year in cryptocurrencies. So it'll be interesting to see if this feeds down to the UK. Massive benefits to businesses, actually. If you think of big international businesses, all the FX costs takes away all of that cost. So I wonder if we're going to see more of this. They also announced, Deel, that they'd acquired Sastrify, which is a spend management platform. They are building their ecosystem of platforms within the Deel brand. Still on payroll, so UKG introduced UKG Pay Pro, heavily AI-driven payroll platform. Take a look at our newsletter. It'll give you all of the AI-driven processes that it has. Very impressive. I think this is going to be a trend. Software vendors are going to need an AI-driven payroll system to stay in the market, I think. So UKG are moving with the times on that one. And then Humanforce, they've launched their smart scheduling. This is really cool. I've actually seen this in practice and pretended to be an employee where I've clocked in and clocked out. But they can align labour to the demand out there. So the system will look at lots of different metrics, including history, weather, previous sales, footfall, bookings, whatever you need it to look at. It will look at everything and help you to schedule what people you need and where. And it looks really good. I've seen it. It looks really good. Employment Hero were recognised as a key player in construction payroll. I'm mentioning this because there is still very much a thing about sector-specific softwares. There's been a trend where software vendors try and be everything to everyone, but actually I think we're seeing a little bit of an industry-specific trend coming back now. And to finish with one of the bigger players, why wouldn't we? So Workday continuing their AI journey. Of course they are. They've introduced Sana for IT service management and also Sana Travel Agent. This takes care of the basic IT tasks, starters, leavers, changes, and also brings all the travel and expenses in one place. And they launched Sana Self-Service Agent within the Copilot, the Microsoft 365 Copilot environment. So I mentioned this last month. This is where, give it a year, we probably won't be logging into lots of different systems to access all the information we need. It's all going to be built within one platform. So the employees that are using that can go into Microsoft Copilot. They can ask how much annual leave they've got left. They can ask where their expense claim is, all that key stuff, key processes, without actually logging into the Workday system. Really cool. I think the challenge here is how we're going to use all this amazing tech to balance it with the people, the process, the governance to create an absolute amazing employee experience. It's going to be a real challenge for us in HR, how we're actually going to do that. And also Anna Johnson, one of our commercial directors, has been attending all of the vendor events. She has a job of trying to keep up with this stuff, connect with her. There's nothing she doesn't know about software vendors. But she said there's also some talk about how we're going to be billed for this. So typically SaaS platforms bill on a PEPM model, per employee per month. We think that's going to change. They're starting to talk now about, are we looking at consumption of using the AI agents? I think the pricing model is going to be quite different. And how do we govern it? I mean, for us in HR, this is going to be a problem. How do we keep on top of this? We're already restricted on resource in HR. So how do we do this? How do we move it forward? If you're looking at your HR tech stack in HR, you want some advice, you're thinking about where you need to go, even if you're looking 5 years ahead, do reach out. I'm happy to share our views on what we're seeing and what other customers are doing. But if not, I will see you next month.